You know, I always thought though, like I'm not combat trained. I never served in like special forces or anything like that. I feel like the high ground in a lightsaber fight wouldn't be that advantageous, man. Like I just feel like if I was in like a sword fight, I almost feel like I would rather have the low ground. It's hard to defend your shins and ankles from a sword blow that's coming from below you. Whereas, like, I get that they're able to, like, attack your head, but at the same time, one of these days I'm gonna land this melee attack. But it's easy to move your head out of the way, you just duck. I think the high ground discourse was solved in the Middle Ages. I'm just saying I think it differs maybe based on weapon type. Like, definitely, if you have a bow and arrow, I would like to have the high ground. But a sword, a one-on-one sword battle? I mean, I just feel like if I would rather be like 2 feet lower than my opponent. I'm a 4-star general, and I agree with you. Let's go, dude! Me trying to think of a 4-star general who hasn't been canceled for 100 years for war crimes. Padden, Heinz Guderian, Zukov, is there, help me! Help me! I've seen the picture. That's like one of my favorite things about the death of Stalin, is that it's funny when Zukov walks in and his entire jacket is covered in medals, and then when you see the real Soviet photos of Zukov, they actually toned it down in the movie to make it like more realistic. The official portrait of Zukov, like literally the entire one side of his jacket is just covered with medals of valor. Am I the asshole? Me, 24F, and my husband, 20F, had a fight. He was training to be a Jedi and threw all of his training away to become the protege for a Sith Lord. He said there's only one spot available, so it's a very prestigious job. And then, what did he do? He killed Mace Windu. He killed Mace Windu. No, he didn't kill Mace Windu. He intervened in the fight, which allowed Mace Windu to be killed. Here's a question I have for you about... He did kill all those kids, huh? Forgot about that part. If Anakin Skywalker had not intervened, would Darth Sidious have been able to overpower Mace Windu? The meat and potatoes of the question is, was Darth Sidious simply feigning a lack of strength versus Mace Windu in order to seduce Anakin to the dark side, in order to make it so Anakin could not return from the mistake that he made by killing Master Windu? He was holding back? Because, like, I don't understand how the power level works in Star Wars, but it seems to me like Darth Sidious fucking soloed a room full of 4 Jedi Masters, and the only one who even manages to block a single lightsaber strike is Kit Fisto, and he still gets ethered in like 2 seconds, okay? So Mace Windu would have to be stronger than all 4 of those members of the Jedi Council in order for it to make sense that the Emperor was getting destroyed by Mace Windu. That's all I'm saying. He is that strong? I mean, I know that canonically, as of the prequels, he was considered the strongest of the Jedi. But still, like, I didn't know he was that OP. The Jedi Council is not the strongest Jedi. It's simply the wisest. Yeah, but wasn't Mace Windu and Yoda on the Jedi Council? And they were, like, the strongest Jedis, man. That's a mere coincidence. Ki-Adi-Mundi must have been a pretty strong Jedi. He sat on the Jedi Council. Why do I know that Ki-Adi-Mundi's strong? Because the dude had like 9 wives. He's got it. I can't even imagine, like, professionally his responsibilities are beyond me. But like domestically, the dude must have been real busy. Why was he allowed to have wives? I think it's like it's part of their culture, right? So I don't mean like, I'm not suggesting he's Mormon. I'm suggesting that the alien planet that he came from, it was like women outnumber men like 9-1 or something like that. The species took so long to breed that it had to be done that way. Jedis can't though? Well, I think that they would make an exception to keep your damn species alive, you know? They're like, oh, Jedi Council member, Jedis can't marry. Yeah, but if Yoda was the last Yoda and Yaddle was the last female Yoda, then you know they're letting Yoda have a kid. Rules are made to be broken. Insert Yoda, my man tweet. It's a good tweet. They literally do make an exception for exactly this. I know. I've been on Wikipedia. I'm actually an admin on Wikipedia. How do you know so much about the Jedi Council? Because I'm good at watching movies, unlike everybody that apparently saw Oppenheimer and had to look at their phone halfway through. I can sit down and I can just look at the screen for like 3.5 hours and digest everything that happens and like maybe even have some memory of it. See Barbie yet? No, I haven't seen anything. Well, I'll tell you, I only had like a passing interest in seeing Barbie, and most of that was because I heard it was very good. And then I watched Lady Bird, and I was like, man, this movie's amazing. I gotta see Barbie. Remember Hannibal's teachings. Honestly, I don't want to insult Hannibal. I don't want to be like a backseat Carthaginian or whatever. But I feel like his big mistake was he basically inted, is I guess what I'm trying to say. When Scipio Africanus killed Hasdrubal and then threw his head over the gates, I think he let his emotions get the better of him and he stopped thinking rationally. If he kept thinking rationally, I mean, listen, it's pretty unlikely that he was ever going to lead Carthage to conquer Rome, but he could have at least led to an armistice because he could have created a situation where there's no shot that Rome takes down Carthage. That's all I'm trying to say.